Namaste, angels, again. Happy New Year. This is the first reading, official reading of this year. It is the weekly general reading for the period of Sunday, January 6th through Saturday, January 12th, 2019. Beginning with this day, the 6th, which is the Feast of the Epiphany. Some might know it as Little Christmas or Three Kings Day. That's actually the day that I take my tree down. And a lot of Latin people, at least here in New York, Puerto Rican tradition, take their tree down after the Epiphany. So anyway, what is the Epiphany? Well, from www.wikipedia.org, the Epiphany, also known as Theophany, Dinha, Little Christmas, or Three Kings Day, is a Christian feast that celebrates the revelation of God incarnate as Jesus Christ. In Western Christianity, the feast commemorates principally, but not solely, the visit of the Magi to the Christ child, and thus Jesus' physical manifestation to the Gentiles. Moreover, the Feast of the Epiphany in some Western Christian denominations also initiates the liturgical season of Epiphanytide. Eastern Christians, on the other hand, commemorate the baptism of Jesus in the Jordan River, as seen as his manifestation to the world as the Son of God. I think that's next week, a feast day next week, the baptism of Jesus, if I remember correctly. Anyway, in the West Bank, Al-Maqdis in Jordan, and on the East Bank, is considered to be the original site of the baptism of Jesus and the ministry of John the Baptist. The traditional date for the feast is January 6th. However, since 1970, the celebration is held in some countries on the Sunday after January 1st. Eastern churches following the Julian calendar, which was started on January 1st. Somebody posted the other day about New Year's Day not starting until 1752 or something. I don't know from where that came. The Julian calendar started on January 1st in the year 45 BC. You know I have useless trivia, meaningless information in my head. So I was like, that's not right. Anyway, it says here, if you're following the Julian calendar, observe the feast on what for most countries is January 19th because of the 13-day difference today between that calendar and the generally used Gregorian calendar. In many Western Christian churches, the eve of the feast is celebrated as the 12th night. The Monday after the Epiphany is known as Plow Monday or Plow Monday. Popular Epiphany customs include Epiphany singing, chalking the door, having one's house blessed, which is something that you guys may want to do. Maybe you don't want to have your house blessed, but maybe you want to bless your own house or make sure that you smudge that day. Or do an extra cleansing, spray some Florida water or something like that. Light some incense, burn some oil. You get the idea. Also, they consume Three Kings cake. There's winter swimming that happens, as well as attending church services. It is customary for Christians in many localities to remove their Christmas decorations on Epiphany Eve. Yes, that's what I do. Although those in other Christian countries historically remove them on Candlemas, the conclusion of Epiphanytide. According to the first tradition, those who fail to remember to remove their Christmas decorations on Epiphany Eve must leave them untouched until Candlemas, the second opportunity to remove them. And failure to observe this custom is considered inauspicious or like tacky and not cool. So that's the Epiphany. There's also on the celestial calendar an event on January 6th too. These things always coincide. I always point that out. At 3:26 p.m., Uranus goes direct. Uranus, which has been retrograde for months, goes direct. So we'll talk about that. But going first to the Hebrew calendar, on the 7th, which is Monday, the Hebrew month of Shabad starts. for the year 5,779. The Muslim month also starts, but I looked at the UAE's calendar for the year, and they're not particularly celebrating anything like any, you know, real holidays. So I didn't prepare to talk about any Muslim holidays, but their month does also start on the 7th. Shabbat from www.shabad.org. 8 facts about the Hebrew month of Shabbat. The first fact, that is, it's the 11th month in the Torah. The Torah doesn't give names to the months of the year. Instead, it calls Nisan the month of spring, or the first month. Counting from Nisan then makes Shabbat the 11th month. Number 2, it's all Babylonian to me. The name first appears in the book of Zechariah and is believed to be a loan word from the ancient Akkadian. Related to the word lashing, the name refers to heavy rains of the season as winter draws close. Rain in the Jewish tradition is tied with blessings. It's in this tradition too, in tradition here. That's why they make it rain at the strip club. It's a blessing. They're throwing money on the stage. The reason why we use Babylonian names, they explain it if you want to go to the site and read further there. But fact number 3, the age of Aquarius. The sign for the month of Shabbat is Aquarius, the water bearer. This further ties Shabbat to the rainy season, reflecting the biblical verse, quote unquote, water will flow from his wells. The fourth fact, make like a tree. Shabbat is well known as the month of Tu B'Shavat, the New Year's for trees. But according to the Mishnah, there's an opinion that the New Year should be celebrated on the 1st of the month, not the 15th. The king's speech. The month of Shabbat was when Moses prepared for his passing in the following month on the 7th of Adar. He took the opportunity to rebuke the children of Israel, as recorded in Deuteronomy. Out of honor for the Jewish people, Moses saved these words of rebuke and heartfelt criticism until right before he passed away. 6. How do you say Abraham in Chinese? The Midrash explains that Moses spent the month of Shabbat translating the entire Torah into the 70 major languages then spoken. This teaches an incredibly important lesson. Every Jew has a connection to the Torah, even one who can't read it in its original tongue. So Jews, wherever you are, wherever we are, tied to the Torah. And these prophets, people that are particularly anointed, are always given some sort of gift of this type. Like he was able to translate into languages. Malcolm X memorized the entire dictionary. Can you imagine memorizing the dictionary? I woke up one day and I knew several mathematical languages. And all that I know about astrology and astronomy and numerology, I've never studied one of these a day in my life. I promise you that. I never have. But so when we read these things, we go, oh, that's not believable. I tell you it happens. From my own experience, I tell you it happens. 7. A major epoch in Shabbat's history. 2 significant events in the life of the Rebbe, Rabbi Menachem in Uranus of the righteous memory, took place in the month of Shabbat. On 10 Shabbat, it's both the day when his father-in-law, Rabbi Yosef Yitzhak Uranus of righteous memory, the 6th Lubavitcher Rebbe, passed away in 1950, and it's the date a year later when Rebbe assumed leadership of the movement. The 22nd of Shabbat in 1988 is the day that the Rebbe's wife, Rebbetzin Shaya Muska Uranus, passed away. And number 8, a hidden message. We don't know who first gave the month this special acrostic, but the word Shabbat can stand for the Hebrew express. Can stand for the Hebrew express. I don't know what the Hebrew express means, but they're breaking out the word now. Shinisma Besserot Tovut, that we should be blessed to share good tidings. How appropriate in the month that celebrates the blessings of abundance, new life, and importance of the Torah. This is also one of my favorite months because it is, again, the month of the birth of trees, or the celebration of trees. And of course, King Osiris's original burial place was a tree, the tree of life. That's where his sarcophagus, or the box that he was murdered in, that's where it got stuck, at the tree of life. And he sort of became part of the tree. So it holds a particular place for me this month. I think on that note, we can get back to the celestial calendar for the rest of the week. So, we're up to the 7th, right? Something happens on the 7th. So it's the new moon, right? The new moon on the 5th. Okay, that's the day before this reading is. It's the new month in the Jewish calendar. I said the new moon because they usually coincide, but it's 2 days later. Maybe they don't see it in that area until the 7th, because they're very particular about that. And the Muslims are really particular about it. If they don't see that the moon is going to be showing, they will postpone holidays, a day or two, however they have to do it. So anyway, January 7th at 6:18 a.m., Venus enters Sagittarius. So we'll talk about what that means. And then on the 9th at 4:33 p.m., Jupiter will be sesquiquadrate Uranus. So we'll go over that. Beginning with January 6th, Uranus direct from www.tarot.com. Revolutionary Uranus forced an uncomfortable calm when it went retrograde back in August of 2018. Yes, that was one of the many things that happened in August of 2018. We had that huge eclipse that I went all the way to South Carolina to watch in person. We had the Lion's Gate, of course. Uranus retrograde. I can't even remember all the things now. There were many, many things going on. Anyway, it went retrograde back in August of 2018. And it kept us from making the important changes that we felt brewing beneath the surface. But when Uranus turned direct, just after the new year, on January 6, 2019, all those urges that we've been suppressing for the 5 months erupts on a personal and global scale. Uranus is the planet of shocks and surprises, but it was inhibited while in retrograde. It's been a period of relative quiet, but when it's direct, we may experience both brilliant and disturbing ideas and events. Uranus in Aries represents sudden and unexpected events, including wild weather and political uprisings. I've been talking about, and now I see it in the news, but I've been talking about the so-called president of the United States resigning or something. So that could be one of the political uprisings. And all of which we've seen during this time, when when Uranus is in this sign. So if you think the past 5 months have been chaotic, you ain't seen nothing yet. Get ready and brace yourself for more of the unexpected now that Uranus is moving into the sign of Taurus. So I did go over a couple months ago. I'll look up what month that was and try to link it to this video, because I did talk, and what week that was. I did talk about Uranus in Taurus extensively and what it would mean for us. It's a lot of personal healing, and Uranus is going to be there for like 8 years. So it's a long period of, just wanting to heal ourselves, to, get in shape and finish projects that we started that we, never got to, and all that kind of stuff. But getting back to this, it says this is all part of the transformational times that we're living in, and as frightening as it may be, such change is needed to redirect humanity toward a better future. So here we go. Yep, here we go. The 7th, Venus in Sagittarius. From www.tarot.com. Venus is the planet of love, self-worth, money, and all things that are beautiful. Yeah, I always say all things awesome, just to sum her up. Her style is sweet, cooperative, and peaceful. But when this graceful planet's energy mixes with the free-spirited sign of Sagittarius, her joyful side comes out to play. Because Sagittarius is confident and an active fire sign, its influence adds an adventurous... Something just opened on my page, I'm sorry. An adventurous and over-the-top flair to our romantic lives. When Venus's and Sagittarius's energies combine, we're all invited to step into the light and to explore... My page is missing. It's moving by itself. I'm sorry. We're all invited to step into the light and to explore the brighter sides of life and love. When Venus is in Sagittarius, hearts come out of hiding while Venus moves through Sagittarius. The happy and free energy of Sagittarius turns Venus up a few notches, encouraging us to live life to the fullest. This is a time to socialize, to try new things, and to look for love in different places. Sagittarius is the sign of the adventurer. So when Venus is traveling through this sign, we find ourselves drawn to exotic people, places, and experiences. Old routines and worn-out relationships are at risk of being traded in for something bigger, brighter, and better while Venus is in Sagittarius. So some people might get dumped. We want to expand beyond our usual boundaries and may give up some of our comfortable patterns of the past in order to try out new experiences. Love needs to grow during this transit. It will not stand still. Sagittarius doesn't like to be tied down. So during Venus's dance here, it's best to keep love light and open and avoid taking things too seriously. Those in a relationship can liven things up by taking a trip to a place that neither of you have ever been, or signing up for a class to learn something new together. Singles could find love where they least expect it while Venus is in Sagittarius. Things that feel totally different are especially exciting right now, and new lovers may be found through travel or in school, a book club, or other areas of learning. Trust and honesty matter greatly while Venus is in Sagittarius. We want to believe the best, but things can often be exaggerated during this transit, and we may realize that we're being taken for a ride. People, places, and things all appear grander than ever, but once the glitter wears off, we may see that they aren't so great after all. While Venus is in Sagittarius, we want excitement and pleasure, and we want it now. We could quickly empty our wallets without even giving it a second thought. Sagittarius takes a little risk, including financially. Excessive spending, gambling, and frivolity should be watched carefully during this transit. However, investing some money in a new course of study or a faraway travel experience is a way to use this energy for good. With Venus in Sagittarius, we have an amazing opportunity to look at the bright side of everything. The more possibility and positivity we put out now, the more we'll receive in return. And if you were born with Venus in Sagittarius, they have a little bit more information for you. Again, I got it from www.tarot.com. And lastly, January 9th, 4:33 p.m., Jupiter sesquiquadrate Uranus. From Astromatrix, ASTRO.org/horoscopes/transit-aspects/transit-Jupiter-sesquiquadrate-Uranus. So, when we are in this transit, Jupiter represents our expansive qualities and our abilities to improve ourselves. It is a planet of plenty and seeks insight through knowledge. It is the planet of possibility. A well-aspected Jupiter is normally associated with good luck and in more negative associations with blind optimism, excess, and overindulgence. Jupiter reveals how we express our sense of giving and tolerance, and will particularly do so during this period. On that note, let's get to the dice. Ooh. Beginning with sex. Yes. And buy shoes. Spirit says 29. Still sex. And of course, 29 means spiritual partnership, so that could be the reason for the sex. Maybe it's a romantic spiritual partnership. And forget it. I guess anything that was preventing you from having the sex, from enjoying it, that was holding you back, keeping you from partnership. Forget it. Like, release it. This week, there's a Capricorn new moon, and it's the day before this reading, so it's the 5th. And also a solar eclipse, a partial solar eclipse in Capricorn. So it makes sense that I'm beginning with the Ace of Earth, the inflow of abundance, a promising business venture, important documents or contracts. Like starting there and talking about forget it and releasing things. It is Major Arcana card release, or death. Number 13, the end of a phase or situation, spiritual transformation, and time to move on. Death represents the sign of Scorpio. Death. And the 8 of Earth, skilled work is rewarded. Learning all there is to know about a topic, and maybe even going back to school. Basically, where you put your effort is where you get your payoff. And death back. The Knight of Air. This could be Uranus. This could be Venus. Mercury, which is also in Capricorn as of the week prior. The 4th. Mercury enters Capricorn. Intelligent, decisive, idealistic, and tireless. Events that occur with great speed. Take time to carefully review your options so you can come up with creative solutions. That Knight could also be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or someone likened to those traits or attributes, and could be about a decision that has to be made, or that that you have to make, or that you're awaiting, and it'll be quick, so it'll be like, think fast, that sort of thing. I'll do one more. It's the King of Fire, motivational, idealistic, ambitious, and charismatic. This could be Jupiter or Mercury. Or Mars rather, which is in Aries as of last week. Or Leo, Sagittarius, where we're having some activity, where Venus is going this week. Or Aries, of course, itself. Focus, focus, focus. Communicate with vision and be a leader. Also, take advice from someone creative if you get that opportunity. This King of Fire can also be a Scorpio, which is ruled by Mars along with Aries. Death. And it's that Sagittarius energy. More Jupiter. The Page of Fire. Outgoing, creative, confident, and mischievous. News of an exciting new endeavor. Use your originality and ingenuity. The Page of Fire, again, is a Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, maybe a Scorpio, a younger one perhaps. Because Scorpio is a fixed sign. They like old stuffed shirts. My daughter is one, and I always have to remind myself and her of which one of us is the mom, because, she's such an old soul, and I'm so silly, as a Gemini, which is very, actually Sagittarius is our mirror sign. We're very much alike. And also slightly different, like that mirror aspect. Anyway. Overall energy is the Hermit, Major Arcana card 9, which represents the sign of Virgo. Spend time in quiet meditation, spiritual teaching, self-discovery. Virgo is ruled by Mercury, where Capricorn will be. So that could be why this is showing up. It's also very much about coming to some sort of enlightenment or helping somebody else too. If it's ourselves, enlightenment ourselves about ourselves, usually we're like the teacher and the student in that case, and we're going within to find out something. The Hermit can be a lawyer or somebody too, or a professor, some sort of teacher as well. And this is a general reading, so it may show up in that way. Especially since what I just read said that people might be getting dumped and stuff. This could be like a divorce attorney or who knows what. We'll see in a moment. Crowning the masculine is the 7 of air. Plans that need revision. More going on than meets the eye and poor timing. 7 of air is the energy of joy stealing. And it can be like a funky energy that comes in and ruins your joy. Think like Mercury retrograde, right? That's not an actual person or something, but it's an energy that comes in and could ruin things for you and make you feel, miserable, affect your mood and all that. That's what this does. It can also be about taking a risk, which it sounds like we're going to be doing, again, from what I read about Venus in Sagittarius. So it can be that, like a risky energy, just like throwing caution to the wind. It can also be about a lack of confidence and esteem. So we'll see what else turns up here for the masculine. So he's surrounded by the Page of Air, logical, honest, impulsive, and curious, challenging information, delays or changes to plans, and truth delivered without tact. The Page of Air is a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. Again, could be Mercury, could be Venus herself too. Both rulers of Gemini. Masculine subconscious. It's the 3 of water, a celebration, a wedding, graduation, or a birth announcement, and the need to have more fun. So the 3 of water for me is definitely about being social, but it can be about reuniting with people or maybe one special person. Masculine may be considering reuniting with an air sign, maybe more specifically a Gemini. But for that, he would need to build his confidence up, and it may be risky. He may be saying like, it doesn't make sense for me to reunite with this Gemini because we don't mesh, we don't click. We're an odd couple, right? We are a motley crew or whatever. But again, having just read about Venus in Sagittarius and finding love in weird places, maybe friendship in weird places with people that you normally would not, now's the time for it. 3 of water also about different celebrations, maybe delayed. Maybe they're not happening when they were supposed to. Something's been put off. Crowning the feminine and mirroring the masculine's 3 of water is the 4 of water. Missing an opportunity, discontentment, or boredom. Open your eyes to the possibilities. It's possible this delay is connected for some of them. They had an opportunity to go out or to connect, to reunite, and neither made the effort, neither wanted to stand up. Could be pride, could be ego, fear, lack of confidence, esteem, but something prevented them. And now for the feminine is just melancholy. Surrounding her, yep, what I say. This is renewal. This is Major Arcana card Judgment, which represents the sign of Scorpio and the planet Pluto. Review and evaluate. A favorable assessment of the facts. It's time to move in a new direction. So as it relates to relationships, it is potentially about reconciliation, reuniting with old friends or loved ones or romantic interests, because it's about having come to some sort of crossroads in a relationship and deciding where do we go from here, if anywhere. Maybe we're done, right? But maybe we have something else. Maybe we have a future to look forward to. And speaking of Uranus, all the Uranus activity this week, Major Arcana card, the Star. turned up in the daily, the daily and the weekend reading that I did for the 4th, Friday the 4th. And, you know, I described that one as being a card of hope, that we do have something ahead, you know, some sort of path for us, you know, perhaps together. So that may show up here too. Feminine, before I move on from this, Judgment as it relates to like career and finance and love too, and Ascension is about abundance that is earned, right? It's about your good karma paying off for you. And in the traditional tarot, it is a card with different souls, like waiting, they're in purgatory and waiting to see if they're going to, you know, be like chosen or whatever, for if their souls, if their karma has earned them a place, you know, in heaven or hell. And that's what the card is about. What you've done, what energy you've put forth out into the world, what has it earned you? For some of us, when Judgment shows up, it has earned us promotion. It has earned us growth. It has earned us abundance in one form or another. Judgment is also about the need to watch yourself as it relates to being judgmental, you know, so very literal. And with the overall energy of the Hermit, again, somebody could be awaiting some sort of judgment, like in court. You know, the judge makes a judgment, a decision, and hands it down. Again, this could be a lawyer or something. When I picked this up, behind it is the 7 of Water, a complex decision, right? So I was saying about a judgment can be a decision that needs to be handed down. The need to do research, stop procrastinating. And also the strength to face whatever that situation or decision is. Major Arcana card 11, Strength, represents the sign of Leo. And Leo, the lion, the courageous lion, when strength shows up, it means we have the courage to face whatever comes our way. Great inner strength. Release harsh judgments. Instead, exercise some forgiveness and compassion. And also up right behind that, the Lovers, which too can be about the need to make some sort of decision, a heart versus head decision specifically, like something is tugging at your heartstrings, but your head is telling you it's illogical. I say go with the heart, but that's, you know, that's, which might sound crazy coming from a Gemini, which the Lovers represents, by the way. Lovers represents the sign of Gemini. Intimate relationships. Carefully weigh your decisions. Also good health. And, you know, on a more uplifting and positive note, when the Lover shows up, you know, it can just be about love too, which 6 equals love. Feminine subconscious. The 5 of Fire. Ugh. Competing goals, bothersome details, conflict with others. So in this position particularly, I think it's the feminine being more conflicted herself. It's internal conflict. But where there is conflict with others and it's sitting under judgment, so that can be too. A relationship maybe has come to a crossroad and that could be on her mind. Tends to be close friends and or family for me. The 5 of Fire or Wands, as opposed to, you know, say the 5 of Swords. Crowning. Speaking of the 5 of Swords, here it is. And you know what? When the 7 shows up, the 5 is never far behind. Like they always both show up. An unwise choice. Learn what you can from this situation. Review everyone's motives. So maybe the unwise choice was for them to fail to make an effort, right? 8 of Earth. That was the feeling I got, where it relates to some sort of couple that was supposed to connect. Neither one of them tried as hard as they should have or could have. So they got to think about why, right? They got to consider their own motives, and anybody that suggested that to them, they got to consider what's their motive. You know, why would this friend tell me not to meet my boyfriend, you know, or not to meet my old BFF I haven't seen in months? We argued about something stupid. Why would somebody else tell me not to fix that relationship? What are they up to? Because the 5 of Air is usually not only about conflict, but conflict in which we ourselves had a hand too, even if it was, you know, inadvertent and not malicious. We made some sort of presumption. We said something. We did something that set things in motion for the conflict to occur. So everybody has to like take their responsibility in the situation. And for the masculine, again, it could have caused delay, crossing the 5 of air. For the feminine, in particular, could have affected this abundance that was on its way to her. And maybe specifically as it relates to a relationship. So it's a missed opportunity. And now she's like, you know, agonizing over it in her head. She's playing it over and over. At the root, the Queen of Fire. Confident, warm, intelligent, and graceful. Stretch your wings and fly. Don't underestimate yourself. Assert your independence and creativity. The Queen of Fire is a Leo, like that strength card, and may be attached to the feminine's energy of the 5 of Fire. Sagittarius, Aries, perhaps a Scorpio, like Judgment. To her credit, she's a very confident person. So where we're lacking confidence, we can definitely draw on that energy. At the heart of the matter, the Star. What did I say? Talk about psychic, right? I'm kidding. But yeah, I'm kidding, but you know, there's truth in jest. Major Arcana card, the Star, as I mentioned before, represents the planet Uranus and the sign of Aquarius. Happy times, make positive, optimistic, long-term plans. This is what I was talking about, being hopeful about the future. You're on the right path, being optimistic that even if we missed an opportunity, we can still fix this. Something good can still come of this, right? There's a way we make apologies. We release our fears and, you know, we be the one to step up, to make contact, to make a phone call. Because Aquarius, or the Star rather, well, yeah, Aquarius too, also about communication. So it's a planet that's tied to technology also. So usually like online dating or FaceTime, email, texting. I mean, it could be phone calls too, but you know what I mean. Also, the Star is about dreams coming true, our prayers being answered, our wishes being granted. So this reunion could be something that we've hoped for a long time, and then we blew it. But we didn't blow it, right? We can still fix this because the Star is also a healing energy. It is Major Arcana card 17, which equals 8. 8 is a number of karma for sure, but usually also abundance. So it's like karma that's paying off. All of the work, all the effort you've put out into the universe, you're getting abundance back for it, right? You've earned something for it. That's what the Star is about. So the Star can help you to fix this. But I'm going to further clarify with another tarot deck, and that's going to be my Animal Tarot. Beginning with a new beginning and the Ace of Summer. This is the beginning of a new emotional experience for you. It may be the first blush of romantic love, the rebirth of a current relationship, or the awakening of spiritual gifts and insights. Yes, the Star and the Hermit together could also be about that too, right? The growth, the spiritual lesson, karmic lesson that we learned. And I have my numerology deck here too. I was moved to use this, and I'm going to begin with karmic completion. Yeah, so definitely a karmic lesson could have been learned, could have been completed here as part of this also. And so we leave that in the past, forget it, as the die said, we move on and we start something new, maybe with somebody else or someplace else or something like that. It's another 5 of Swords already. Your current path isn't leading you toward your happiest possible outcome, so why not change it? Always maintain integrity and compassion, but be alert to the hidden agendas of others. There's still some frenemies and stuff out there too. Five of Winter. And the Queen of Autumn. You'll be given advice that's both practical and creative, and it should be followed precisely. Focus only upon the positive in every situation or person. The Queen of Autumn is thoughtful, caring, creative, and ingenious. She can also be Venus herself, or she could be Taurus, right, where Uranus is going. Uranus is entering Taurus this week. We just talked about that. When it goes direct on the 7th. But Venus is also the ruler of Taurus, so this can be her too. Or Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus, yes. Or Capricorn or Virgo, that's what I meant. And the 7 of Spring, be assertive, believe in yourself, and don't let anyone take away your personal power. Trust that your inner guidance is true and follow it completely. And the 10 of Summer. It's time to express your love and appreciation for family, be it relatives or a chosen family of close friends. Congratulations may be in order on a happy, fulfilling marriage, as well as raising happy and balanced children. Ten of Summer. I figured that was a nice note on which to cut. Two of Winter being shown to us. There's another Prince of Winter here. So again, decision that needs to be made or that we're awaiting. Decisive, focused, driven, and impulsive. Get ready for progress to speed up. This situation requires you to choose logic and intellect over emotion and to make your decisions quickly. Here's the decision. Procrastination and worrying about what others will think, right? These people with their agenda, is blocking you from making a decision, right? Energy of joy stealing, blocking. So probably more so on the masculine side, somebody in his ear that is not his friend or somebody for whom he is living, right? He's making his decisions based on what somebody else wants or would think or would have something to say about. Two of Winter shows up to say, if you're torn between your own desires, right, here's your hopes and dreams, masculine. You're torn between this and what somebody else has to say. Follow your inner guidance. But our card that we've come to is otherwise. I love this. Here's the dreams again. Major Arcana card. The Star is about our dreams coming true, but so is the 9 of Summer. Now's the time when your dreams come true. Don't worry about how this will happen. Just give gratitude to God for all that you have and all that's still to come. So all you've got to do is affirm what you want by making the decision and put that into the universe. And then let universe or God, whatever you want to call it, handle the other part. You stand up for yourself. 7 of Fire, which you've also seen as I was shuffling. Stand up to your, stand by your decisions and what you want for yourself. And don't let somebody else take away your personal power or your joy. You pick what you truly want. And don't worry about how, how it doesn't make sense or how you don't know how to make it happen. Because once you affirm to the universe that you're down to represent yourself and to stand up for yourself, it will support you. That's another thing that 8 means. It means that you're being fully supported by the universe in your works and toward your soul's purpose and along your journey because you've done what you were asked to do. But if we keep fighting it, then we don't get support, or we get the support, that's based on what we've put in. And so we continue along a path like this. On a positive note, the overall energy is the 6 of winter. And they also showed me that behind it is the 10 of winter. Both of these cards ask us to like let go of the past, basically. The challenging times are coming to an end, and you can now breathe a sigh of relief. Let go of the past. Yeah, right? Let go. Yeah, let the past go and embrace the happier times ahead. Let me read the 10 of winter. It's the end of a career path, project, or relationship. And that brings feelings of mixed joy and sadness, relief and disappointment. Put aside your fears about these things. Again, I see it more so on your side, masculine. And trust that a brighter future awaits. So you see how these cards basically have like the same energy. This was upside down. They're showing us that now that the Hierophant is behind that. Hierophant represents the sign of Taurus and, of course, Venus. Embrace this time of deep spiritual growth. You may feel called to act as a mentor, or to find a new teacher or mentor yourself, or to spend time with others who are also on a sacred path, and maybe to move away from, move away from this 5 energy and from this kind of 5 energy and toward Major Arcana card 5, surrounding yourself with people, places, and things, right? A new environment that aligns with your vibration, that is higher than yours or equal to yours, so that you can learn something from one another. Atop the 7 of Swords is the 7 of Spring. What did I just say? Be assertive, believe in yourself, and don't let anyone take away your personal power. Trust that your inner guidance is true and follow it completely. Boom. Atop the Page of Swords, the 6 of Spring. You may receive a promotion, be chosen for a scholarship, or find that you're singled out for special recognition. You've done an amazing job and you deserve all the attention. So for some, that may be what's delayed. Some sort of accolade, reward, because now we have this, the 6 of Spring, mirroring Judgment. And as it relates to rewards and accolades, they pretty much mean the same thing. So that could be what somebody held you back for. Some kind of energy delayed you. It can be with the Page of Air sitting here, what this means. You've done an amazing job and you deserve all the attention, though. That's the important part to remember. I think I'm going to come back to this in a minute. Atop the 3 of Water, the Queen of Autumn, thoughtful, caring, creative, and ingenious. You will be given advice that's both practical and creative, and it should be followed precisely. Focus only upon the positive in every situation or person. So again, I think that this could be connected to the energy of Taurus, and maybe even the Hierophant, which is represented by the sign of Taurus, or vice versa. And surrounding ourselves with people, places, and things that align with us. And this is about being more social. I think it's going to be about spending time with people of a like vibration to your own or higher. Again, from which you can learn something, right? They're going to give you advice that you can really benefit from. The Queen of Autumn is a Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus again. Atop the 4 of Water, it's the 3 of Water. You have an exciting reason to celebrate, such as an engagement, wedding, graduation, or birth announcement. Remember to cherish those you love. So now we have a 3 of Summer mirroring a 3 of Summer. And I had already connected those 2 cards with the masculine and feminine for some of us. They are definitely, has to do with a meeting, with a connection, with being social together. And we missed it. But we can do it. We have another shot. I also posted today on Facebook about not being afraid to start over, you know, just start over. A top renewal and this reward that's coming, maybe financial, this abundance, or maybe in the form of an earth sign, if it's an actual person, a Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus, cheerful, reliable, intelligent, and mischievous. A wonderful opportunity related to your work or education, such as a promotion, scholarship, is coming your way. Seize this chance to learn something exciting and to start a more rewarding and uplifting career. So top of Judgment, this could be, you know, an opportunity coming through for you because you've earned it. Your good karma has put you in a place where you deserve this sort of abundance to flow to you. And atop the Five of Fire, it's another one of these whack fives. It's the Five of Autumn. Focusing upon the negative or worrying about money or your career or a fucked up relationship can block your progress. Because your trust and faith are at a low point right now, it's not the best time to start anything new, right? Including a business or a relationship, I'm going to say, or to become self-employed. So, like, you got to fix your energy before you take this opportunity. Or else you might miss that too, blow that too. Atop the Five of Air, the 10 of Summer. It's time to express your love and appreciation for family, be it relatives or a chosen family of close friends. Congratulations may be in order on a happy, fulfilling marriage, as well as raising happy and balanced children. So again, I think people have missed an opportunity to spend some time together and to exchange love and to let, you know, their friends and romantic interest or partners know, you know, I love you and how they feel, and to be honest about that. And it's time for that. Again, you'll get another chance. Because fives, all these fives that are showing up, they're about the need for a change in energy, to do something different. Okay, we did this and it didn't work. Let's do something different now. Let's change. So we're going from that from this, you know, failure towards something better. Atop the Queen of Fire is the Six of Summer. The love and care of children could become an important part of your life, or people from your childhood may return to it. Old memories can be healed, or possibly old childhood dreams. We've got the dreams right here with the star. They are ready to be revived, right, and brought to life. Also, the Six of Summer could be representative of a soulmate relationship, a past life relationship, or could be connected to these Threes of Summer and the need to get together with old friends and to not miss an opportunity to do so if one is presented to us. At the heart of the matter, atop the star, is the Star. Boom! Healing, healing, healing. Dreams coming true, prayers being answered, wishes being granted, energy changing from crap to, you know, diamonds. From coal to diamonds, I guess. Shit to shinola, as they say. So, I said I wanted to go back to this. This Six of Wands for some people represents the friend that I was talking about, the friend of me that I was talking about that doesn't mean you well. And that's why it sits here under the Seven of Air and your need to stick by your decisions, and it crosses this Five of Air and 10 of Summer. This is saying somebody has been listening to a friend in like opposition of a family or family member, or vice versa. Like choosing family that doesn't mean you well over a friend that does. Situation may involve an earth sign, particularly Taurus or Capricorn. Taurus first, then Capricorn, then Virgo. That order. A fire sign. Leo first, then Sagittarius, then Aries, and possibly Scorpio. An air sign, a Gemini, or an Aquarius. Maybe Aquarius first, then Gemini, then Libra, in that order. Something going on here. May involve a soulmate or a friend from childhood. The 2 stars, I want to really emphasize the opportunity for your dreams to come true here. And, you know, for anything you ever dreamed of, what you've been focusing on, what you've been trying to manifest to happen here. If you are willing to, well, for the masculine, like basically grab yourself by the balls and you know, face this fear. And stand your ground. And face whoever this is that you're afraid of. Their opinion matters so much to you. Or, you know, the look of, how's it going to look if he, you know, makes this move, makes this choice? What are people going to think of his family if he, you know, does that? If you can face that, and again, make an affirmation, talk to your, you know, higher self, source, God, universe, however you do it, and reconcile that. Here, judgment can also mean second chances, and that someone from your past is returning to your life. Maybe specifically a fire sign. Again, the same order that I gave you before. Leo, well, a little bit different. Leo, then Scorpio, then Sagittarius, then Aries. And I say that because it's crossing Pluto. Also, on Friday, I think it is, a transit that I didn't mention, because I tend to mention the larger ones. But the sun, which is in Capricorn, will be conjunct Pluto. And so that can be a reason for this to be here too. That can help finances to come in, some sort of opportunity. This Page of Pentacles may be somebody from your job or, again, school. Somebody that is able to afford you the opportunity. What else? Yeah, particularly because, reminder, the overall energy from the first deck was the Hermit. This is a Virgo. The Page of Earth is also a Virgo to me, because the pages represent the more youthful or the younger. So the more youthful of the earth element is Virgo. That's the mutable sign. What else? That may be all I wanted to say. On that note, I'm thinking that maybe I shouldn't make this any longer, and I should just bring the numerology cards back for, I don't know, the love reading, or maybe the new moon in Capricorn reading. But I will go ahead and give us each whatever is here on top. I'm not even going to shuffle. So a karmic lesson is ending. I think that's the summation of this week's general reading. In the masculine for you, again, it involves a decision. This is the second Two of Air. Being unwilling or unable to make a decision, a stalemate, and pretending there's no problem. Like, if I don't open my mail, I won't have to pay the bill. Not really true. It's just procrastination. And according to the Two of Air from the other deck, from the Animal Tarot, the reason for your procrastination is because you're torn between your own desires, your own dreams, which you have a real opportunity to manifest right now, and somebody else's opinion. Again, you're guided to choose yourself. Feminine, the Knight of Water, who is emotional, romantic, enthusiastic, and contemplative. Falling in love or wedding proposals. The need to balance emotions, and an invitation to a social event. So again, that could be the Three of Summer, the social event. This here could be the Knight of Water. Maybe he's an earth sign, maybe he's a water sign, maybe he's both. Maybe he's neither, but he's having, you know, he has these energies, and, you know, maybe his chart is heavy with either of these, earth or water. Making some sort of proposal. But again, you have to get out of your funk before you like address the opportunity. If you don't want to go into it, you know, with negative emotions attached to it. The Knight of Water is a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. And masculine for you, it's another Three of Spring, Three of Fire. Stop to take time to review and to make long-term plans, capitalizing upon your past successes. It's appropriate to pat yourself on the back for all of your accomplishments, but you may also need patience for the next phase to play out. So again, a karmic something lesson ending, something new beginning. It may take a moment to really get underway for you. I think first you're going to have to make a decision, and then you're going to have to exercise some patience. It's this damn Five of Winter again. Oh, Lord. Your current path isn't leading you toward the happiest possible outcome, so why not change it? Always maintain integrity and compassion, but be alert to the hidden agendas of others. I mean, I think that's pretty clear. Watch out for the frenemies and stuff like that. And even watch yourself. Again, don't approach situations while you're in a negative headspace, because then you could easily be who brings conflict and drama upon yourself. From the numerology deck to the masculine, leadership. This is King of Fire, Knight of Fire, Emperor. You, again, taking a stand, you know, and leading by example, and making choices, and, you know, governing your own life. Being the master of your own destiny, which totally goes to all of this that we've been talking about. And feminine for us. Love partnership. Underway, on its way. And it's another 8. So again, more karmic energy, and we're getting it because we've earned it. We deserve it. Somebody returning to your life from your past. Somebody about which you are extremely passionate. And the relationship is going to be abundant. It is going to be one where you feel valued and deserving, and so does your partner. I hope that you guys have enjoyed the general reading. I will be back with love, like I said, the moon, not necessarily in that order. In fact, I may put on the moon before I put on either of these. You know, the moon before the love and the general. I'm still doing through January $27 15-minute readings, forecasts. People have been very happy with them. I have one client in particular that's over the moon because hers has already started to play out like exactly as read. In Divine Oneness, the group that I started on Facebook, many of us are going to be starting challenges on January 6th. which is again the first day for which this reading is. It is the Feast of the Epiphany and Three Kings. On that day, we are starting the Master Cleanse, and there is also a vegan health coach that's one of the admin of the group, my friend Carr, and he is also doing like hosting like a juice cleanse, and you know, he'll be helping everybody to support themselves in that and each other in that. So if you want to get in the group and you're not in there yet, Divine Oneness on Facebook, and you know, join the event beginning the 6th. What else? Divine Girl Talk, still awesome. Still awesome, having a lot of nice conversations there. Feel free to join. That one is Divine, and then quote unquote Girl Talk, also on Facebook. That one's like a public page. Divine Oneness is a closed group. And maybe that's it. If you need any of my other services, you know where to find me. Queenofswordsthelightworker.com or queenofswordsthelightworker@gmail.com, or any of my social. Thank you for my viewers, subscribers, sponsors, both on YouTube and Patreon. Namaste, angels. Oh, if you like the video, don't forget to actually like the video by checking it off. And if you're not yet a subscriber, then please do subscribe by hitting the subscribe button, and then also the bell button so that you receive notifications. If you're already a subscriber and you're not getting your notifications, please check your settings and maybe hit the buttons again if you need to. And if you still don't get them, then you may need and want to contact YouTube. Okay, now namaste for real. Bye-bye.